Live now. Well, a lot of stuff been going on today on YouTube. A lot of liberals are now coming out and criticizing those on the left, and they're being chastised for it. They eat their own, and I'm loving it. Bette Midler just got in trouble with those, crazies on the left, and so did some singer. Shoot, I forget her name. And I saw a transgender come out and say stuff they don't like, the activists don't like. So they're all getting called transphobe and homophobe. It's hilarious. Can't make this crap up. Anyway, I'm here live from my Pallet studio, and all that come in, you're welcome. I can give you a quick tour now that I'm using my tripod. It's a lot easier. As soon as I know somebody's here, I can give you a quick tour. You guys are probably on somebody else's channel. I'll put it this way. I may have to go with my wife to go shopping in about 15 minutes. So I'll be going on later if that occurs. And I'll try to schedule it so everybody knows. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. And back to the work. Hopefully everything went smoothly. Anybody know anything about a plant called purslane? Here we go. I got these seeds. Purslane seeds. I'm going to be sprinkling those amongst my plants in the garden. Hopefully getting these to grow. There's multiple reasons why these are great to grow in your garden. Most people pull them out thinking they're weeds. But the leaves on this have more omega-3s than krill oil. So if you're trying to reduce your blood pressure, which I am, I'm going to be eating a lot of these. The stems are edible too, but most people just eat the leaves. And what you do is, they're ground cover plants, so they will go up around your other plants. And you can train them to stay in a certain area. And they might try to go out of that area again, but you can try. And they'll cover the ground so no weeds can grow. And they work like a living mulch if you can get them to grow thick enough. It's a succulent, so you can break off the leaves, drop them in your salad. I recommend washing them first because it is a ground cover plant, so animals will pee on it. Chances are no animals will pee on it, but never sorry if you're overprotective of that. Wash them and just drop them in your salad. If you have some good dandelions, break off the leaves that are standing and use them. Put them in a salad with some carrots, some tomatoes, whatever you like in your salad, but use the dandelion leaves as lettuce, and then sprinkle your purslane on there, you will have the most healthy salad ever using dandelion leaves and purslane. There's so many vitamins in the dandelion leaves, one of them being calcium. They're very high in calcium because one of the things dandelions are designed for, what God designed them for, is to pull calcium deep in the ground, bring it up into the leaves. And the plant thrives on calcium. So and it goes down deep because it can't. The reason it's there is that there's no calcium at the surface. So the plant is deposited there. Not all of them grow. If there's a lot of calcium there, they won't grow. They need to dig deep in the ground to get that calcium. And they pull it up to the surface, and as the leaves die off, they put the calcium on the surface. Once the calcium's all back on the surface, they die out. And they don't come back until the calcium is gone. So they're very high in iron, calcium, vitamins. That's just the dandelion leaves. But then you put in the purslane. These are just seeds. And all you do to plant these seeds is sprinkle them on the ground and move your hand over the ground. And just water. And they'll sprout on their own. They don't need any help. They're native in most states. And they don't require a lot of watering. You can just let rain make them grow. But if you water them, you'll get bigger purslane. They'll grow as much as a foot high, but mostly stay along the ground, just on the ground. So it's really easy to grow. And I'm going to put them in my, I'll plant beets in the purslane. I got cucumbers planted there now. And when I'm going to sprinkle these seeds on after I get my beets planted. And it will also keep the critters out, like raccoons, I hope. Well, I really don't know for sure yet, but I'm thinking it will. We'll see. This is a new experiment for me this year. And I'm going to put, I'll do a future video on the garden. I was trying to do one Saturday, but I didn't get it done. I had other stuff to do, and I'm sorry about that. But I planted cucumbers. I got garlic planted. I don't know if they'll come up. It's the first time I planted them from the little pieces of clove. I planted them in the raised bed, and I planted 2 rows. Normally I would plant them on the edge, but I never get any out of that. So they'll die off and I won't be able to find them. But having it in rows, I'll have a big, beautiful plant, and then watch the leaves die back and then pull that sucker out and save some of those cloves for next year. Actually, the best time to plant garlic is in the fall. They'll wait until spring, but they'll be ready. They'll have roots established. They might even come up, but they're not going to do anything. So they'll be ready for next year. You plant them in late fall, before the frost. Because after the frost, you might have a hard time digging in that soil. And I'll plant some flowers in the garden, out on the edge or in the corners or something. It will bring the bees. So plant something that the bees will love. I have artichokes on the outside of my garden. They're not doing so well. So if anybody's got some pointers, tell me what I need to do to make my artichokes grow better. mixed the soil real good last year, and they were growing better last year. Had I think 4 flowers on it. They were the first year, so I let it grow. I'm gonna let it flower again this year, and next year, once I know what I'm doing with the artichokes, then I hope to get some off of it. I've got one main plant and several smaller ones on the outside, so I'll transplant those somewhere else. Okay, I will start a video later on. All right, I'm out of here.